Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Good to see you. I know I haven't been uploading the last couple of days, but it's been for a very good reason. I actually went on my 3-year anniversary trip with the love of my life, and I asked her to marry me. And of course she said yes, and I could not be more happy and excited about the future. And I just want to say thank you to all of you guys for being a big part of our lives this past year. And I'm really looking forward to seeing where everything goes and building from here. And yeah, it's been a lot, and I'm always at a loss of words of what to say because it's truly been the best weekend of my life. And you know I wouldn't have it any other way than coming back and hopping right back into some matches that we played last week on Wednesday. I was running Smoker. I was so burnt out and tired of playing Red. I was like, I'm done with Zoro. I'm done with Newgate. I'm done with Luffy. I don't want to play Red anymore. If somebody shows me Red again, I'm going to lose my mind. All right. So I wanted to play something different. And here we are. I love this Smoker list. It has been so fun to play. And, you know, there's only, just a very small amount of addition added from the starter deck 8. But that addition has been nice. It's been something that has really kind of like shaken up some of the turns that I've been able to play. It keeps my opponent on their toes, just having some slightly different plays. But yeah, I loved it a lot. But our first match then ended up being against my man here playing Arlong. All right. And yeah, he starts off with a good search of the pudding. And I go ahead and rest 2 for the brand new. I got a couple of choices. I've got 2 Shockwaves or the Borsalino. Kind of sucks because Shockwave is very useful in this matchup. But I did not have Borsalino in hand, nor did I have a blocker, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I don't believe I had Fukuro at this point in the game. But he does swing 7 here. I will choose to take the life, and I'll just go ahead and hop into my turn now. I think we ended up drawing into a Borsalino, which is pretty funny, considering I could have taken a Shockwave there, but, you know, not too bad. I'll just choose to swing 5 at life, and then probably just going to throw down that Borsalino. He's looking and deciding whether he wants to play this trigger or not. I believe it's a smoothie, if I looked at that correctly. But yeah, Borsalino. Oh no, it ends up being, okay, a Chew. Got it. All right. And Chew kills a rested character of 2 cost or less, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't play Arlong or Kuro as much, so this is kind of like, you know, some of these cards I have to look at from time to time and be like, I don't exactly remember. But it looks like we have 8 cost here, a couple of 2k counters, another Borsalino, and a 3 cost Smoker in hand. My opponent does have Jin, which is a very tough card for this deck to deal with. He is just going to go ahead and swing another 7 though and play a smoothie. I'll gladly take this. I have no problem going down to 3, even 2 life against certain matchups. And so this isn't all that scary for me. Now, he does choose to swing 7 here. It's a little out of order. I think that he was at 3 life when I was at 4, if I'm not mistaken, right there. So he definitely could have used the Cracker swing first to get an 8k over my leader and then go 7. And the double attack would have been pretty scary and got some pressure on me. But I will go 7 into the Cracker here, you know, just bringing down the pudding to 0 cost using leader ability. He does counter out of this pretty aggressively, and I'll just choose to go 6 again at Cracker. He does get rid of it, and then I'll rest my remaining 4 for Borsalino. You gotta be aggressive with these blockers in these situations. He only has, you know, 2 opportunities to swing into Borsalino, and if he's going to use leader ability again just for 7, it's an easy 2k counter out of the first one, and then he could potentially just swing 7 or 8 again into the Borsalino, just letting it die. But he doesn't really develop the board. He rests a lot of his characters, and as a Smoker player, I am totally fine with this. I want him to rest his characters. I can then swing with what I have on board as well as my leader, and then constantly play Sakazuki or more blockers to just have, you know, time and time again developing a board, but being and staying aggressive while I'm at it. And it looks as though he did play Pudding, and he picks up 7 cost here. I think he only has 6 Dawn remaining, so he can't play 7 cost at the moment. But next turn, I know that's going to be coming down, so I can play around that and just kind of, you know, force my opponent to play a certain way. He does swing 8 at the Borsalino here. I'm fairly certain I'm just going to let it die. So he uses, or no, he chooses not to use leader ability. But, oh, maybe I do save it. I feel like I would probably just let it die in this situation, but, yeah, there we go. Okay. I was thinking to myself, like, God, should I save this? I don't think I want to be wasting that much, if I'm being honest with you. But we do counter out of the 6k swing with the Smoothie, and he's got 2 Dawn left, only 4 or 5 in hand, if I'm not mistaken. And I will use leader ability and swing 7 into the Smoothie. Brings Smoothie down to, or excuse me, doesn't bring Smoothie down, brings Smoothie up to 9. Excuse me, 10k using the Ikaku Sovereignty. Now, I could swing with Borsalino. I am really trying to get down that 8-cost Kuzan, but I know that 7-drop is still more than likely what's going to be played next turn. So I think that the 4-cost Kuzan to get that extra card draw and to, you know, play around what my opponent is going to be, you know, playing down the following turn, I'll just swing 5 into Smoothie. He does counter out. So I'll just go ahead and play Kuzan, draw a 2k counter, and then it looks like Fukuro's just going to come down. And I'm totally fine with this. I pass it over, and now he does have the opportunity to play 7 cost, but he's going to have 2 Dawn remaining, so he can't use leader ability. He could do 2 6k swings at Borsalino if he really wanted to. I have no problem countering out of that. He potentially might have some removal to get rid of, you know, Kuzan in this exact moment, but it doesn't feel like anything that he does is going to be that threatening to me at the moment. We have hand size, and he does use Smoothie's ability to go 7k into Borsalino. Now I'm debating on whether I want to save it or not. It feels appropriate considering he still has the 7 cost in hand, so I will just 2k counter out. And now this probably results in a 7k swing with Arlong or something. But no, just 5k at life. I think we're probably just going to take this and just give him the life back with 7 when he plays 7 cost. And it ends up working out beautifully. I just tell him he can have the life. I don't mind. Like, I don't need to be overly aggressive here. We've got the 2 blockers. We've got the, you know, the hand set up. We draw into Sakazuki off that life, and yeah, this ends up working out beautifully. Oh, did I draw for turn? I'm not sure if I did or not. I maybe did. But Sakazuki, excuse me, Kuzan and Sakazuki to take out Lin, and then also I can use Borsalino, Kuzan, and Leader to take out Charlotte Smoothie. He's going to have nothing on board. Yeah, he's going to have absolutely nothing on board. And then from there, we just, you know, slowly whittle him down. He does use Punk Gibson here, which I wasn't super happy about, but it didn't make me, you know, that upset. I was just kind of bummed out that I wanted to get an extra swing with the Borsalino as well to force cards from hand. But yeah, Punk Gibson's smart. It doesn't really affect me too much having Fukuro on board, but I'm just trying to find out, you know, whether I'd like to play the remaining Dawn as, because now I don't have that second swing to go into Smoothie unless I'm willing to dedicate 2 Dawn to brand new. But we're at 10 Dawn right now. We've got 4 to work with since we will be playing Sakazuki to take out 7 cost. And I'm just considering my options, just trying to bounce through. Do I want to go 5 with leader, try and extract more from his hand? And I am just going to go 5 here. It gets a 1k counter out if he's got it, and he's going to make me feel like I'm kind of baiting that I have 10 cost in hand right now. But I do not. I don't run 10 costs, nor do I have it. And I will just go 7 with brand new at the Smoothie. Has to let it go now. We'll rest 6 for Sakazuki. Just going to KO the Lin, and it looks as though we're just going to pitch a 1k smoker or something like that. Yeah, just a 1k smoker. Now, if you noticed, we still have 4-cost Kobe in hand. This Kobe is so clutch in multiple matchups, especially when you have 8-drop Isho on board, and you have 4-drop Kuzan. It just makes it so easy to target my opponents and to just KO anything that they put on the board. I mean, it's KOing a 2-cost or less, and Kuzan already on its own lowers by 4, leader ability by 1, so I can kill a 7-cost or less for free, not even having to trash a card, just playing down a very simple, easy card onto the board. It forces a lot of those swings from like putting, and you can rest a blocker just to protect. I could rest, this is what I love about that, is I can rest Fukuro if I really wanted to protect Kobe based off of how many swings he has. In this exact moment, there's no way in the world I would choose to protect it, simply because he does have 3 available swings at it, and it's just, yeah, it's not worth trying to go the extra mile on that. But yeah, we see a 8k leader swing with playing Perospero. I believe this is at life. Oh yeah, it is. It is at life. And now I know what he's trying to do here. This basically gives me kind of intel on what his hand is. And he is going to swing 4 into the brand new. I'll just let that go. Pretty easy. But yeah, with him doing that, he is going to play Django. And I was assuming that it was going to be a Django or like a Jin because of something. And it looks like one of us hit the table, so it moved the camera a little bit. But he does swing 8k into Borsalino. I'm considering whether I want to counter out or not, just because I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to counter out, because if he does draw into that Jin, it's just resting Borsalino and Fukuro, and it's just bad news bears from there. So he does pass it over now, but I do choose to block with Fukuro, saving Borsalino. And yeah, we got nothing but, you know, an absolutely great turn to play now. And you'll see 5k swing. I'll lower Django down to 1. I'll probably just go ahead and use leader ability to bring it down to 0 and gain the +7. Or, excuse me, plus 1,000 to bring myself up to 7k. Yep, so I'll just go ahead and use it on Django, bringing him down to 0. I'll swing 7k into life once again. Got him at 1 life, which makes me feel pretty comfortable. I'll rest 4 for Kobe. And then we're just going to tap Kobe and KO the Django, basically leaving him with practically, you know, no board whatsoever. But I'm also considering whether I want to play Fukuro or Kobe here. I considered playing Kobe to get rid of Perospero, but I do kind of risk it here just a little bit. If he was able to draw into Jin from either of those life or that top deck, he could just rest both of my blockers and go for game using leader and Perospero. We do have 2 active, though. We have a lot of cards in hand, so I'm pretty certain I have enough counter to get out regardless. So that's why I wasn't too worried about it. But I did just like playing it this way so that I could lower how much he has to be able to swing. And yeah, I mean, we're probably just going to see Pudding swing at Kobe. I could be really crazy and just try and block out of it if I really wanted to. But I don't think there's much merit in being that daring. But it looks like he's gonna play Karubi, or I believe it's Karubi that it's pronounced, and rest I believe a 4-cost or less character on play. Does choose to rest the Borsalino. We still have the Fukuro, and it looks as though we have about 5k, maybe 6k. No, yeah, 6k worth of counter. I will just counter out of that 8k swing though, and we're gonna see a 7k swing come in. I don't know whether this was at Kuzan or if this is at Borsalino, but more than likely if it's at Borsalino, I'll counter out. If it's at Kuzan, probably just let it die. I could counter out if I really wanted to. It just feels as though it's slightly unnecessary. We've got the necessary blockers. We've got the necessary cards to go for game next turn. I believe my opponent only has 4 Dawn. So, yeah, I'm not super worried about it. 4 Dawn, the only thing that could potentially happen... Oh, we do choose to counter out of this. So it was at 5-drop Kuzan. And he will place the 4 on Pudding here and swing, I would imagine, yet again, just into the Kuzan. Yeah, and I give him a 2k counter. He knew that from there he wasn't able to get the win. But honestly, solid match. I love playing games against my man Tommy here, and yeah, I love the idea of the Arlong deck. I just don't think it's quite there yet. Maybe in the future though, that's gonna be something to be scared of. Once you see like that combination of Wano and or excuse me, Wano cards in green and yellow, and just having enough triggers to make it something special. But I don't know. I like the idea of it though. But Smoker, my tried and true from OPO2. Wow, I didn't even mean for that to rhyme. but but I love this. I love this guy, and I kind of went on a tear with him in this tournament from past what was it, last Wednesday. But hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much again, guys, and yeah, just really looking forward to the future. And if you are looking for OPO4 matches, that's what's going to be happening at the end of this week, ladies and gentlemen. We will have tons and tons of OPO4 matches coming up, proxy games with my friends from the community. Hope to see you. Have a great day. Peace.